This is by far the most fun I've had testing out a new music gadget this year. What's up, and welcome back to Gabe Miller Music. Today, we are taking a look at the Elektron Syntakt that just dropped a couple of weeks ago. I've bought this with my own money because I was genuinely pretty hyped for the features, and I kept my expectations low, but it easily managed to surpass them in terms of how much fun I've already had with this thing. I've got a pretty solid head start as far as learning it goes because I've got quite a bit of experience with the Digitakt and the model cycles, which the Syntakt yoinks several features and workflows of, which is why I really wanted to check it out. So you're going to see me fly around this thing pretty quickly. So we're going to unbox it, learn it, explore a bunch of its essential features and sound engines, and just have a jolly good time. All right, here's the box that it came in with the kind of trademark, kind of oldie-timey aesthetic, very hipster in nature. In the back, Sonic Metropolis. They also included this little egg bag with the different stuff on here, and there's some cables in here. I've got many of these, but more is always appreciated. And I'm guessing this will fit the Syntakt, but regardless, it's a cool little touch. But now for the main attraction. Is this a poster? It is a poster. I'm not sure how I feel about the graphical style, but here we are. Syntakt Quick Guide. Oh, this is neat. I think I should be able to get by without this, hopefully. And we got stickers, always fun. Marketing hype for the thing that you already purchased. But here we go, main attraction. So the unit is the same size as the Digitakt and same girth as the Digitakt. It's heavy. And my screen's a little scuffed up, unless there's a screen protector on this. I don't think you're supposed to take that off. So my screen's a little scuffed up, but that's fine. The trademark buttons. Here is a quick look at the I/O. Pretty standard for a Groovebox like this. And yeah, overall, I already knew this was going to be quite a pretty unit. It's built much like the Digitakt, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So let's get to the other stuff real quick. For cables. So we got our power cable and our USB cable. So let's plug this thing in. And now let's turn it on. Cool. So where's my volume? We've got some default stuff in here that I'm going to proceed to mostly ignore. That's an interesting approach. That's fun. Let's pull up something new here. So these are our digital engines, and we can swap these out. So if you have watched any of my videos on the model cycles, you're probably familiar with some of these sounds. As am I. That, in my opinion, is a good thing. I like that it takes some of the best stuff from the cycles and puts it into a device that's, for one thing, just prettier. Like, I'll take these clicky pads over the big rubber pads on the model cycles any day of the week. And overall, just like the look of it's prettier. And of course, there's more tracks. There's the USB multi-track recording over Overbridge and the analog stuff and more sound engines. So like 2 LFOs, all that kind of stuff. So like, I'm quite pleased with what was going into this, and it takes a bunch of stuff that I like and just mashes it into one device, especially because I kind of couldn't be bothered to load more sounds onto my Digitakt once I did it once. I kind of just kept using the same sounds that I had loaded on once and then just shaping them as if they're synths. So just a fully synth-based device works for me. Dude, this visual interface though, Teenage Engineering could never. Ooh. Chunk. Chunk. Ow. Good Lord, that is excellent. I said this in my Digitact review, but Elektron's implementation of screens is some of the best in the game. It's responsive, it feels very tactile and not like you're staring at a computer screen, even though this is a drum and synth computer. And I do kind of like it that they undersell it as that a bit. Of course, they've also got the like Explore and Adore and all that kind of stuff, but I like that they undersell it as like drum computer and synthesizer when really it's a full-on Groovebox. I think that's a good way to position it. Under promise and over deliver. And also this snare has a bit more bite to it than the cycle snare. Like, I like the cycle snare and I'll use it for stuff, obviously, but it's got a little more chunk to it. A little more bite. God, this punch toggle? This is great. Clap. Thank you. Something sorely missing from the cycles. Yep, this is good. Like, I've got a bit of a leg up here because I already spent the time and patience it takes to get my head around the Digitact and the model cycles, so that's why I'm kind of flying through this. But this is like pretty much exactly what I wanted in life. Not sure how I feel about this one. That's a little better. Can we get you some reverb? Let's go to amp. Yeah! You cannot see my face, but I've got like the biggest, dumbest grin on it right now. Let's just record something. So this is a bit loud, so then we go to mixer. Or, I'm sure, not trig, synth. Do we have a level? So we have a level here. How do we get to it? Amp? Better. Filter? Ooh, you know what this means too? It means we could do a bit of onboard mixing if we wanted to. Let's turn up the resonance maybe. Just get rid of those muddy lows. Doing some kind of filter movement on this might be kind of fun. Give me much resonance. And then just modulate that back and forth. That could be neat. So send this. I know I'm going fast here. I might have to take a stab at a tutorial at some point, but right now I just want to like fly through this while I'm still like super stoked on it. So what do we want? We want filter, envelope. Oh no, frequency. Here we are. Confirm. Turn up the speed. Now I have to consider it's only going one way, I think. That's decent as a starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's unquantized, that's quantized. Also, look at just how damn dramatic these red lights look. It looks so sick. Something simple to start off with. Oops, did not mean to do that. So I've erased that first note that I punched in by accident. Let's go to the keyboard real quick. Woo! Oh, I forgot you can also just hold down the track and select it. So let's just do this. So I might want to do some more stuff to that octave up version. Not really sure if that's doing it for me, but right off the bat, let's hold this note down and go to the trig for it. I'm going to fire that up another octave. And then I'm just going to program this stuff in manually, because that's easy enough. we select my hi-hat, and let's just do that. There we go. Smooth. Octave up one's a bit much. Save you. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, and I don't know what it is. Excellent. So let's get another sound going. So what can we do with this? This is FM. Damn, that punch is intense. I like it. So it's the same kind of metallic engine, except now... Right? We just dial something in real sharp, but now we have filters. Oh! It's a Christmas miracle. So let me get something even harsher with a long-ass decay. And in fact, we're going to modulate this guy. So that is... Destination modulation. Woo! That's fine. So let's go back to stop torturing your eardrums. That's kind of wimpy, but it's a work in progress. So this sound is garbage, and I don't like it. So let's move on to the analog engines. I'll come back to that one. So we hold down track. I'm not going to use this in this track. I just want to play with it. I just want to play with sounds, man. That's all I want to do. That's nice. I like this. Ooh. I love it. That pumping is awesome. That's the sweet spot right there. Can you tell I'm like vibing on this? What I'm not vibing on is the stupid light. This is like the most fun I've had with a gadget in a while. Straight up. Okay, let's try another engine. 808 style snare. You love to see it. You'd actually have some decent punch to this. Like this one, it's fine. It's not mind-blowing, but I do like it. I think I need more time with it, but I want to keep just blazing through this so this video's not like 10 hours long. Here we go. Fun. Ooh. Oh man, we got options, baby. Just overdrive the shit out of it. It's actually not quite as evil as I was expecting, but like, I'll take it. The dual is fun. And the separate control is very fun. That too is fun. Okay, so you need delay and reverb is what you need in your life. I'm talking to the synth. I swear I have friends. So this delay I haven't messed around with yet. I'm assuming it works like you'd expect. Ping pong you. Sounding fairly metallic, so what if we go into the filter now? This could be cool. Oh, it doesn't like going up that high. That's why. It's a little inharmonic. What have I done? So we're gonna bail from that one. And we're just gonna roll with this one as is, I think. So nothing mind-blowing, but like we're just getting a feel for this here. So what else we got? Symbol? Oh, this is the analog symbol. I like this better. So we got so much more stuff to work with. Oh. So these control parameters of these other elements. Cool. So this is interesting. Okay. We'll come back to this, maybe. Potentially. Allegedly. Let's just program this. Program that in and then turn it down a bit. And it's the next day. Let's pick up where we left off. I've got a few more sound engines to quickly get through, and then I want to look at the effects and mixing. So this is the chord engine, which I've gone over on the model cycle, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it here because I believe it's fairly similar. So all our different timbres that we can work with. Do note, this doesn't send chord MIDI information out. This is like, the chord information is embedded within the oscillator. Which for my purposes is fine. Like, it still makes the monophonic nature of this synth a bit easier to deal with because you can still fill out your sound nicely. I love the visual nature of the waveform. That's interesting. Ooh. Overdrive. You know one thing that's really nice, a nice quality of life thing, from this over the model cycles is that the overdrive only affects individual tracks like on the Digitact, whereas on the model cycles all the distortion is cumulative. So if you distort something, everything else gets pushed and it can lead to stuff sounding really nasty if you push it too hard. And their visualization on this is killer. And then we've got all these different chords to play with and unison. Which sounds a little jank. But it's still nice to have. Maybe with some filtering this could sound a bit better. A lot of this tends to sound fairly like organ or electric piano like. There's some fun modulation options that come from modulating the balance, like Andrew Huang showed in his video, or modulating the wave with an LFO, maybe modulating both. I'm sure I'll explore that in later videos. This is Bits. Ooh. Well, this is fun. Oh, the little icon on this. It's a little Space Invaders. That's so cute. Man, Elektron bring in the both more quirky, fun, and useful like screen stuff than TE, man. No hate on Teenage Engineering. Like, I love the OP1 as much as the next pretentious synth hipster, but you know, I think they've stagnated a bit. So I probably... God, you could push this so hard. This stuff could get nasty. And then here's Toy, which is a little donk sound. So here's a question. Can we get kind of a cowbell sound out of this? That's pretty close. It needs to be less harmonic. Definitely turn punch on. Maybe we let that ring out more and then control this in amp. We'll just kind of bury that in the mix. I think I'm going to move on to mixing and effects. So we've got our mixer here. Pretty straightforward. Which I probably will rarely use. Usually I'll just kind of grab the amp volume, but you get the idea. We've got these buttons here. So if you select a track, it re-triggers. So I have to figure out how to fully use that. And then if you go function, you also got stuff like velocity. So how do you use it? And I think these are meant... Oh, here we go. So these four have the different velocities. That's fun. So then in that case, I'm guessing... Yeah! And then I think these are a little more variable. And I'll dive deeper into that in a future video. That's a nice feature though. I do like that. So what was I trying to do? Effects. So this is the effects track. So it's got its own triggers. If I go into synth, filter, multi-mode filter, amplitude. Oh, this is gonna get like deep, isn't it? Oh, and here's our full routing. Probably dive into that in a future video as well. So this is effects drive. It's about drive, it's about power. So what I need to figure out is what all of these little squares are for. So maybe we get out of this for just a second. So that's clearly going through the drive. Whoa! I think we found how to send this stuff through the effects. Weird statement of the day. Sounds kind of sick. God, that's dirty. See, this is where the stuff starts to stack. And it's a little unpleasant, but I kind of like the chaos it's creating. So we figured out how to send stuff through the saturator, and it's quite intense. What about other things? So yeah, it's definitely having an effect. Brings the snares to life. So I know that you can set parameters of effects, and there's also the multi-mode filter. Oh, interesting. Sounds like you're outside the club. So, this affects, I think, anything routed to it, essentially. What else we got? Amplitude. So I know this will also affect incoming signals, which is probably more what it's for. Because I think this is just going to create unfettered chaos if I'm not careful. Sure, why not? So, the effects are going to take some more work for me to fully wrap my head around how they're intended to be used, but overall, I'm really enjoying this. I definitely foresee this popping up on the channel a lot in the future. If you'd like to see my first experience with the Digitact, you can click or tap up over here. And if you'd like to see me make some music with the model cycles, you can click or tap up over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with a new video in a little bit. Oh no. All right. See, some boxes are child-proof. Every box is Gabe-proof.